welcome to Barn Bros. It's time to build a box. And the group came out here and said, you know, why don't you build a box? I said, you know, normally I'm out there tearing up boxes, but I'll build one. I know a little bit more about boxes than they do. You know what I'm talking about. So anyways, we got that amp done. We got the wood. We got some wood, baby. And we're going to build the box. I'm going to show you the basic things of it. Now, you're going to have to buy a bunch of shit if you don't already have it. Now, if you don't want to buy a bunch of shit, you're just building one box, maybe you should just buy the box. They're not cheap. They're going to definitely cost you $200–300. But these tools are going to cost you a lot more. Unless you want to have a bunch of tools and be a man. You know, that's your choice. But I'm going to show you how to build this box. Now, you want to get your pan. If you don't have an extra pan, I suggest build your box before building your amp, because trying to use this with all that weight and everything on it is going to be a pain in the ass. So what we're going to do, clear some of the shit off. Hold on. Let me show you some of the shit. You got your squares. Got your drills. Got your router template or your finger joints. Got your various clamps, levels, and a freaking saw. Yeah, we got a saw on the counter. Yeah, we got a saw. We've got a router. If you got a table saw, great. I don't have a table saw. I used to have one. It didn't make it to Tennessee. So, one thing you can do, measure your box. Want to go width. Got 9 inches, give or take. It's round. How much do you want to have it inside? Don't forget, you got knobs and you got jacks. You want to make sure the front of that box is clean. It's not touching anything. So if you put a cover on it or anything in front of it, nothing's going to hit your knobs. So you'll want to find out how deep are your knobs. Stuff like that. Personally, probably going about 1 inch on both sides. But let's go check that. Be right back. Okay, so I measured it. We got about 1 inch in the front, 7/8, but let's do 1 inch. And there's no knobs in the back, so we can do what we want. So let's do about 1.5 inches total. So we got 9, right? Got 9 inches on our pan. 1.5 inches more. It's more than she can take, for sure. But so, got 10.5 inches. That's what we're gonna do. Now, you go to Home Depot, sometimes they'll cut a lot of stuff. Usually you can get 1, maybe 2 cuts out of them, depending on how big. They'll cut the larger pieces. So you're gonna build a couple boxes. You get a nice big piece, maybe a half sheet, 4x4, and you go, what do I need? So you got 10.5 inches. So what you do, you figure the configuration, how many you're gonna get out of that thing. And you say, hey, cut me 10.5 inches, twice, boom, boom. So you ain't got the lengths right, but now you got the widths, they're already cut, and you're all good. And it's better to have them do this, because if they're slightly screwed up and you're already over, doesn't matter. They screw up the lengths, yeah, you're fucked. So that's what you want to do. We got 10.5 inches. So we know that. Dead spiders and shit. So let's measure 10.5 inches. Drink some of this. And no beer right now. Cutting out fingers and shit. So we're doing 10.5 inches. Hey, get up there. 10.5 inches. You even see me switching cameras here. It's kind of crazy. Which side we got? We got this one here. Yeah, we got 10.5 there. Now we're going to get 10.5 over here. So we know that's where we're cutting. Now remember, when you're marking it and you want to cut, you need to mark it. When you cut it, are you on the inside, the outside, or on the line? That makes a big difference. You could lose some shit, especially when you're doing lengths. So you got to figure this one. We're going to cut on the inside line, or we'll cut on the line to make sure we're good. Now, get your square out. You don't want no messed up shit. I'm going to get it about there. Now we got a table saw. It's all kinds of cool, bro. We don't. We just got to deal with that shit. And one thing you can do gonna be hard to show you. Actually, I've got it right there. I can't do it all. This camera's not gonna do that. Don't matter. You got your saw, right? Dusty. Now, what you can do, you can either measure your saw or don't. You want to find out what that length is, or what that thing is where the guide is. And you can mark it. Because cutting this shit straight with a skill saw ain't always that easy. We get your square back out. Try to show you what I'm doing. I can't get this camera in there. Don't confuse your lines. Like I say, measure twice, cut once, or cut once and go buy some new wood. It's up to you, bro. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna overcut it. Overcut it, overhang it even. Then we're gonna get your wood. So you got your scrap piece of wood here. I'm gonna try to put it there. Make your clamp. Not always that easy doing the other side. Check it again. You're right on the thing. Can't see what I'm doing. Building the guide. That's a little over what we want. Tap them over. Right, should have a hammer out here. Gonna move them over just a tad. It's about right. We want to cut inside the line, so we're good. So now we go and do the other side. Get the square again. Make sure we're squared up. Using the heck this side as the reference. We square it up and go back that way. Probably need to see, bro. This wood is not exactly straight. It's got a little bow in it. But if we're a little over, like I said, a little over is okay. You know, I put your thing over here. I like these clamps. Got them at Harbor Freight. Got a lot of shit at Harbor Freight. If you're just a here and there guy, these things aren't bad. You know, you're a professional. I wouldn't want to use the Harbor Freight for any real work. That shit's not going to work well. I bought that stuff. It's good for small projects. Shit'll break. So anyways, we even got power. Okay, so we're ready. Going to measure again. Got 10.5 inches. This is on the line. I can't show it to you, but you know what I'm doing. So right now, we're going to use this board as the guide. Go slow. All right, got a board. Now, gonna need a few more. Also, you need to measure how tall your amp is. You're under, you're over, it's different. You may want, when your amp's on top, you want more room on the bottom because those tubes are pointing down, you need more air to breathe. When your things are up, you can get away with it a little bit more. but not too much because those power tubes get hot. So what you need to do is you need to measure your pan, bunch of transformers, tubes, all that shit, and I'd give it at least 2.5 inches more. And that's what it is. So I'm gonna measure this shit. I'll be right back. Okay, I was just informed we have a grill. Bought this shit a while ago. So we need to build it based on our grill that we had ordered. Ha! To the front. Go over there. You had to cut approximately this. I may have to. Yeah, we should be fine. But that's how tall. Inside diameters. So you got to think about that shit. Your inside and your outside diameters. This thing used to stop. So we got 10 inches. This is a 2-inch pan, 8-inch thing, 2 inches, bro. So when you're doing your cutting, you always got to remember inside diameters, thickness of your wood. Now with this, we don't have to worry about that because the back and the front is open. So from here, let me pick that up. Your bottom, your pan. It'll sit on there like that. Front back open. Well, not always. If you're doing a grill, it's not, but generally not worry about that shit. We're still dealing with the knobs. Even though this section still be open, even if you put some wood in the front, like that red end. When we cut the lengths, here, here, and here, we got to worry about inside diameter. So we're good. So what we're saying, we're measuring for the tops. But right now, let's cut another one of these. So that'll be 10. Just trying to see how many I'm going to cut. Let's cut another one, just like this, but it's way over here. Or remember, when you're cutting these things, I'll talk about later, use snips. Don't use no angle grinder, angle cutter, because it'll rip the finish right off. I tried that, learned that the hard way. Get some 10 snips, take some time. Works very good, bro. What we're saying, we're making these 10.5, right? Yeah. Let's cut another one. I do like these clamps. And get some nice finished plywood. You think you don't need it? You're gonna cover it, some sort of cover? Seriously, get this nice finish. Glue is way better. The rough, shop grade shit, it don't glue for shit. So now we got top and bottom, bro. We got to cut them lengthwise. Yeah, see? It's cutting a little off. Yeah, it's cutting a little off. We'll be okay. We're going to router it a little bit anyways. We'll be fine. Like I said, I don't have a table saw. It's hard to get this exact. course, you need a pretty big table saw to do this shit. Okay, so we got top and we got bottoms. Ooh, don't do that. Now, we get our grill. So you got the thickness of this. And you can actually take this back and confirm. So actually, a little over 1.5 inches. We should be good. So we need to, instead of doing, see that's the thing, it's 3/4, slightly under 3/4. What was weird, let's send this thing. Weird. Oh, my brain's being retarded, man. Got that. So we got inch and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. An inch and 6, no, 1, 2, 3, inch and 3/8. Yeah, an inch and 3/8 instead of 1.5 inches. But we'll be fine. Want to go a little big, so that might be my 2/16 I was looking for, or I'm going to be looking for. So we do it 1.5 inches and go a little over, we should be good. Well, anyway. So we got our screen. Too many cables. So we want to do, turn everything off. We want to know that we're there. So we can actually get a couple. Because we're going this wide. See, there's a pan. So we're doing some measurements, do math, and do visual. So you know you got 8 inches. What's 2 inches? You got 10 inches. That's inside diameter of the box, top to bottom. Now, because we're doing finger joints, we need the thickness of the board on top and the thickness of the board at the bottom. This is approximately 1.5 inches. A little less, but we'll call it 1.5 inches because we want to go over. But what we got here, we got the grill, we got the pan, and we got 2 boards. We got 11.5 inches. So out of your 10, 1.5 inches, 11.5. I said we go just a little bit overboard because fucking up. Fucking up is always a problem. So it's better to go a little big, a little small, and you're screwed. You're gonna have to cut this. I'd rather have a little gap in there and be cool. So let's cut that one. Now we want to know, it's 10.5. We're going to cut another one of these. Now let's see what we got here. So, got 11.5. It's 23 inches, right? 11, 22, 2 halves, 23 inches. What do we got? We got 24 inches. So we're good. So we cut one more of these, and then we're going to chop it roughly in half. So let's do it. No, inside. Oh, it's not square. Oh, not square. This is square. Wait, cut in. What's it? Got extra for later. Let's do the sides first. Just right now it's in my brain. There we go. Now who's this? We got. There's one. A 10, 1, 1, 11.5 inches. Let's just go slightly off. You can see, slightly off. Oh, there we go. There we go. 11.5. Let's go slightly over. Slightly over 11.5. All right. Boom. Boom. We're good. Okay, bro. See me freehand this baby. Probably a bad idea. Probably a bad idea. But let's try it. No, let's not, because I really suck at this. All right. Look. We go. Let's take this side. Mark me. Got away from me, bro. That's okay. We got our pieces. Things cutting a little bit off square for sure. That's why I need a table saw. You can tell square might be off, but we're only talking about tiny little bits, and that's okay. Now what we need to do, a couple things, so we don't fuck this up. That is just over 11.5. That is 10. A little over 10. Yeah, put my glasses on, can't quite see. Ten and a half. A little over 10 and a half. A little over 10 and a half. So this is the top. Long is the top. That's front back. Up. Up. Now how's the camera at? Here, we got up. Because we want to know, we're cutting finger joints, bro. You need to know what up is. We also need to know what's inside and what is outside. So we're going to call this outside. In a box. Because when you're cutting finger joints, you got to make sure you're doing it right, or they won't match up with the other board. So we got our sides done. Let's cut here. Let's clean up some of this mess. Be right back. Okay, bros. Now it's time to do the length, the top and the bottom. So we got here, we got a pan. This pan, 17 inches long. Remember? Thickness of the wood. Plus some space. Because you got your Tolex, your wrap, whatever the hell you're putting on the outside, it's going to wrap in the inside. It's going to take away some of your inside diameter. For 17, we know we want to build about 1.5 inches. It's not 3/4, it's like 22, 30 seconds or some shit like that. I don't know why they got to be dicks like that anymore. 3/4, man, what's so fucking hard about that? So we want 17 plus 1.5 inches, and let's put a little bit more to play. Because fucking up, when you're doing these finger joints, it happens. And you fuck it up, and you're losing it. You lose shit. So I want about 3/16 over. I think 1.5 inches is already like 2/16 over. But let's go a little bit more. So we got 17. Then we need 1.5 inches. Which would be 18 and a half. Well, let's go. Let's see. Let me lose this. Tape measures I don't like so much because the end flexes like this. That's like almost at least a 16th, and almost an 1/8. We're good, building a house, measuring some shit, don't matter. When you're doing this, you want to get shit like this. More exact. So you got 17. It's already a bit over 17. This thing means a little less than 17. You got your 1.5 inches. Your 1.5 inches is here. And let's check something. Yeah, where my other pieces of wood go? Let's get my other piece of wood here. See how we're looking. All right. Can you see that little green dot? Yeah. We cut on that dot, or inside that dot, screwed. On the dot, you're perfect. We don't want to be perfect. We want to be over. So we're going to cut on the outside of this green dot and make sure that whole line is exposed. It is still there. So we did that just outside. $18.5. Of course, this shit not cutting square, so we could be a bit off, so going over is even better. Come on. That's just outside. That's just outside. Come on. That's what it do. Yeah, okay. Someone's weird, not good. Next twice. Come on. I do 18, 18.5. These two. Oh, here we go. White square. Here you go. Is that there? We'll make sure. 100%. That green line. Still there. We're done. Not doing anything trick. There's not. Work the chainsaw. I might have chainsaw soon. That's what we call that after. We're going to have chainsaw. Come on, you. Let's keep running shit. Yeah, a little more. There we go. Yeah, still. Thank you. Square up. Ready? Definitely not square. That's okay. But see our final result. We got just over 18 and a half. A lot over 18 and a half. This shit is not cutting fucking square at all. Where's my saw? Yeah, so we are close here, over here. I don't know what's going on. Maybe my guide's off. I don't know. I can't get a square cut for shit. That's okay. Let's do the next one. I don't know what's going on. That's what up. I mean, probably have a piece of wood that was not square. So it's throwing everything out. These cuts are square, that not square, leave this unsquare. All right, bro. Little bit of craziness. That's okay. It's too barn. We are not pros. We're fucking around in a barn, bro. Not sponsored by Pepsi. Only drink this guy's got real sugar in it. Not fucking corn syrup. Tastes less shit like regular Pepsi. Okay, remember what we're doing. Inside, outside. Good thing is, we already know the sides. It's very, very different shaped. But we do want front, back, inside, outside. We're gonna go front, outside. Okay, front and outside, man. Gonna be like this. And that's what we're building. You know what I mean? So, we know up where the finger joints are going. We know the front is not where the finger joints are going. And the reason is we need to mark this shit because when you do the finger joints, if you do them exactly the same, they won't line up. They'll be exactly the same. They need to be offset. So you need to choose. Is your sides or top and bottom going to have the outside finger? Or is it going to be the slot? So when you do that, you need to know what you're doing. Personally, it doesn't fucking matter at all. But when you use this thing, you will see, and it's always good when you're making your box. I failed to mention this, I forgot, but now I'm looking at it. Do your measurements, if you're doing finger joints like this, on halves. Like this. It's almost a perfect finger. So you're not ending up with like 1/4 inch finger. You got halves. You know what I'm saying, bro? That way, your fingers are all good. Now, obviously, this felt great. It's slightly different, but we're all good. Our fingers are going to be perfect. Now, if we wanted to, we could do that. And put the gap on here, which is what we're going to have to do on one side. Bigger, what's the strongest? I don't know. I'm going to put the handles on the side. Probably want the bottom. So I think I'm going to make top and the bottom, have the fingers on the outside. Now, I'm going to cut right here and set some shit up. Okay, man, we're back. I got this set up. Let me show you what I'm doing. Because we're doing finger joints. We're using the guide. Got us on Amazon, real cheap. You need a router. Or you can do your router, table saw. I like table saw with a dado blade. I like it better, but you got to build a little sled. This is okay. Don't buy this router. It's a decent router, but this little plate, they don't make it. You can't get it. I had to go on Etsy and get this shit, bro, which is fine, but it's kind of cheap plastic. So I got to watch out. I almost fucked this thing up because you need it. Because you need this little brass spacer thing. It's the game that helps go inside the guide. So, if you find one that has the goddamn plate, or you're going to be running around trying to find one. It's fucking bullshit. Rorby, kiss my ass, Rorby. Your stupid ass fucking name. Anyways, like I said, we're doing the thickness of the board. This is why you really want to use that as your guide to mark your line. So I have that. Now, I have these fingers here. And the good thing is, because of my spacing, I'm not really worried about top or inside outside. Because it's probably going to come out perfect. Because sometimes if you have a different spacing, you're going to have a finger on the outside, in the back, and no finger in the front. But this one lined up perfectly, so it's all good. Now I got it down here. I'm gonna have to move this over. I just put 2 boards here, screwed them down the table. I got this. This slides in and out. And what I'm gonna do, I got my line. You don't wanna cut more than your line. This is where fucking up is a problem. You overcut, you shrink your box. Pan won't go inside if you do it from left to right. Shrink it top and bottom a little bit, not gonna really affect you too much unless you like seriously fuck up. But this, you can't fuck this up. That's why over measure in case you do screw up. And these goddamn things, I don't know what dumbass decided to put round ass freaking shanks. You know these babies? Yeah, they don't come out. This son of a bitch will start coming out because it's a round shank. You're like cranking that son of a bitch down as hard as you can and it's still gonna come up. So like every couple of cuts, you need to check it. When you're doing this, not so much a problem, except if it starts going down, it's not cutting anything on the top. But when I go and I change it, because we're gonna cut this twice. We're gonna cut it like this, but you're not gonna get a square hole. It's gonna be round. You don't want a round hole. Then we're gonna take it, we're gonna flip this up, and we're gonna cut it down like that, and it's gonna be better. Now, it won't cut like that, the whole thing very well, but it'll cut just when you're cutting the ends. So we're gonna cut that. Now, we're gonna tap it in. We got our line. We don't wanna see any line on the very tip. And what I did, you get a big paint can or something. I put some screws in here so it doesn't go anywhere. Because when you go like this, it's gonna wanna move. But that ain't going fucking anywhere. Well, let's get to cutting, bro. Don't really use it on a saw too much, these, but I should. But this, no. This thing's loud, and we're gonna run it for a while. Now what we need to do, I need to measure this. See that gap? Got to make sure just enough to where it's not hitting it. But enough that it's cutting. And I got a guide. This thing's just slightly bigger than the guide. You want to make sure the hole is way bigger than the shank because these things will move and pivot and it'll grind on that freaking guide. So that's about perfect. And the guide fits perfectly in this slot. Let's cut some shit, bro. We're all good. We're all good. Look at that. Perfect, bro. Should be perfect on each side, hopefully. See how it's cut? And clean it up. See how it's round. We don't want round. Now this might be an issue. These screws ain't gonna work no more because we cut it. Let's take the screws out. This one might work because it's right on a finger. We just shove it back, see what we're. Yep, we're good. See how that's a bit off. That's okay. We'll deal with that shit. Okay, now we'll just put another one here, right where the finger is. Don't need to go in much, just so it doesn't move. And let's do it. We're gonna do all of them before we flip it. We'll first do these two, top and bottom. Then we're gonna have to move this over so we can do the sides. Like I said, can't have them exact, then it's gay. You bump your dicks together. Gotta get it in there. Now, plywood's a little messy. You gotta watch out. It gets a little weird, but that's okay. So I said, get the really good stuff. I haven't tried particle board. I don't care for particle board or that. I forgot what it's called. It works okay, but this thing's gonna be moving. You're gonna put some shit, leave it up, never moves again, you're fine, but you got a ton of weight, you're moving it, boom, 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 in and out of trucks, whatever. You don't want that. So okay. See what we got. It's looking pretty good. Look at that baby. Hell yeah. Put you over here. Stand up, black and white. Okay. Good. Now we gotta make sure the fingers are on the outside. We're gonna cut. Right there. Make sure this line works. Let's get the line on our wood. Find a spot you can look at. You can eyeball the line. That because it's not quite on square, it's going to be a little off anyways, but find it, eyeball that gap, and then screw it. Jump a little bit, that's good. Remember, undercut, undercut, undercut. That's what we want with this. Slide, yeah, rotate. Alright, that's not going anywhere. Stretch it. Exactly. That's what we want to see. Our fingers and their holes. Oh yeah, front and the back. Both holes. Unless, like I said, it's got a little bit different situation. One in the front, none in the back. So let's do this shit. All right, I'm gonna finish this shit up. We'll be right back. All right, so we got all the done up. Now we got the new setup. We got it vertical. Vertical. I bit this one underneath it just to rise it. We don't want to cut it. We're going to leave it about there. What I did, well, before this was come on, I needed another support here. You want this to be flush with the edge of the table. So I put something on there, guided it, screwed it in here, and now we're all good. With this one, we're going to do these ones again because that's what we left off at. Now, I don't want to put a bunch of, take this off so I can hear myself. I don't want to put any more screws or screw into this, so I'm just going to get something heavy. Big old rotor. Jam my rotor in there. This is the perfect length I want. So, put it in there, it should be good. Probably could have had the guide a little bit higher, but that's okay. That's going to work out fine. Just go slow with it. Let's see how it happens. Right. Another reason why I don't do it this way the first time, because the wood tends to chip and go to shit, and then you got no fingers at all. You got to do it this way. Or like I said, if you want a great one, get a table saw. But you got to remember, with a table saw, you need to adjust your fingers. It can't all be exactly, the fingers and spaces the exact same size. This thing actually makes for that adjustment. So your holes are bigger than your fingers, just slightly. Or when you get in there, they're not going to come together. So let's put these back in and get it on. Well, that gets all up in the face. Whew. Look how beautiful those fingers are. Yeah. Now let's flip it. Like I said, because this is all even, doesn't matter. Flip over this way. If it did, you need to make sure that you flip it up perfectly. Make sure you have your thing. Now this is slightly over, so we'll trim this off, but it's all good. It's looking pretty good. Jesus. I wonder if I do it the other way, it won't blow my face so much. That's a little better. Uncomfortable for the hands. But see that? Yeah, it's taking layers off. That's why you don't do it like that to start with. Trim this off. Look at that. Clean it up a little bit. That's looking nice. Now, just want this down here. Let's cut this baby. Right. Heck, it doesn't want to get in there all the way. Okay, we're good. Okay, let's do this shit. Good. Please, please. All right. Moment of truth. It's a little snug. It works good for this. Anyways, you can see that. A little snug. It's perfect if we weren't gonna put Tolex in it. You know we are. There we go. And once we clamp this down, so I said undercutting is better. I could have spaced this back a little far. It did go over the line just a tad bit, but that's not bad. Okay, I'll glue this shit together. But in typical fashion, can't find our wood glue. So I got some construction adhesive. Should glue this shit together pretty good. Got to be clean about it, because when we router it, if it gets too hard, it may cause problems. So let's prep this baby. Now we just want to take this, see if there's anything you want to take off. There's the edges. Be careful. Don't want to screw it up. Nice sharp chisel. Does the job. It's looking pretty clean. Nothing too unsightly that we're worried about. Like this one. See, went over the line just a little bit. Not in all places, but in some, like that, way over the line. That's what we didn't want to do, but it's hard when you're doing this. It's going to be okay. I'm not incredibly worried. We'll get the shit in there. All right, looking good. All right, we're ready to go. I like to wear some gloves because I don't want to clean this shit off my hands for a week. Trying to squeeze it in there. It's a little harder than glue. Probably have to squeeze it with my fingers here. Should say spread it. All right. We'll do the opposite side of the other piece. Wood glue would be easier, bro. All right. A little bit on the bottom. Go back. Leave the shit up. Okay, ready to put this shit together. Now we want to do opposite sides. So that way, we want to go this way. Glue, bro. That way. We got glue on both sides. And that way, glue on this side. Here we go. We want this side. Couple things we're going to do. First, I'm going to put clamps in here. Actually, we could probably just do it like, let's spread it out. Make sure we got the room. Yeah, we're good. Get some compression in here. We don't need to get too much. Let's not get stupid. Diesel things. These things are cool. Try to remember how to use them. It's been a while. There we go, right there. I'm going to square this baby up. You should have 8, I only have 4. Here's what it is. Do opposite corners since we only have 4. Should have more clamps, but we're okay. It's flush on the outside. Smooth that out there. All this will be dealt with the router when we do the corners. Here we go. No, thank you. Make it a little closer. Put the clamp on there. Screw it up. No, that's screwed up. I'll put it back here. I'll get more pressure. Take the buzz up. I'm screwing it up. Right. Keep it square up. Keep it square. That's a big problem. Keep it square. Maybe not there. All right. We're good. Like that. Use a little more. Let's do this. We're not straining anything. We're going to put a pan for that and that. And then we can set it flat. Yeah, it's not quite there, but Bro, there's the box, man. Fortunately, this ain't a cooking show. I'm not gonna pull the dumb one out of the oven. And it's Sunday, and I ain't gonna get shit done on this until Saturday. Maybe Monday, maybe tomorrow afternoon. We'll see. Depends on the weather. But that's the box, bro.